Hey there, just its own video for the Cold Steel Mini Recon 1. This is the 2015 update where they moved to the CTS XHP blade steel. So the Cold Steel Mini Recon 1 is in that very comfortable, pure everyday carry type size, so it's a 3-inch blade with about a 4-inch handle. I'll put the exact specs below, but I always find it handier just to show other well-known knives next to it. So that's the Benchmade Griptilian next to it. So as you can see, it's just got that ideal size really. This is a really good value knife. It's made of good materials and it's sold for what is really a good price. Knives in Australia are expensive unless you buy terrible knives, but for what you get here, the other companies charge you at least an extra $60 or $70 for materials as good and construction as good. So, what do I like about this knife? I like the blade. I like the blade shape on this one. There's other varieties. They do a more severe clip point. They call this a drop point. And they do a tanto as well. They do partly serrated. They also do, in the Recon line, other varieties. So they do a Recon 1 standard, which is an extra inch. Then the extra large Recon one, which goes up to I think a 5-inch blade, or at least a 4 3/4 inch blade or so. But this is the one to get if you're going to be carrying one with you every day, I think. The coating has been improved. These coatings used to just be basically like paint. And if you want to know how well the coatings of these new lines wear, you look at my American Lawman, which has been working with me for a long time now, and it is still very much fine. The light's catching it there, but it stays black and it doesn't really peel off. Very similar to the coating of the Mora Bushcraft Black, I often liken it to. This is a good size comparison there as well. The American Lawman, I think, is Cold Steel's best folding knife. It's got a few more varieties and options and things you can do with it than just this black and black one, but when you compare it to even the other knives of this size, I think this is the best one. It's kind of like their answer to the Paramilitary 2 in terms of just an all-purpose, still good everyday carry knife, but I guess feasible as it's a tactical option, which the American market seems to be a bit more open to. Anyway, back to the topic of conversation. I like the handle shape. It's very comfortable. I know it is one that sort of teaches you how to hold it and makes you hold it in a certain way, but that certain way is about the way you need to hold a knife. It's got a good little thumb ramp there that your thumb rests upon nicely, and you don't feel the need when you're cutting with it. You don't feel like you're too far from the beginning of the blade there to really have to need to want a finger choil or anything like that to choke up. It's a smaller knife, so it's just about perfectly placed. I really like the blade steel. I've got a lot of time for CTS XHP. It's not as ridiculously edge holding as some of the current supers, but it's they say it's like a D2 that's more stainless and a bit easier to sharpen. And I agree with that. It's exactly what it is. And really good. So those are the things I like about it. The things that I'm more neutral on, so I don't dislike them, I don't love them, is I'm not the hugest triad lock fan. It's a very strong lock, but I would much prefer a slightly weaker lock, so to speak, that doesn't hamper deployment of the knife. So A, the knife's quicker to open and close, and B, it's more fun to play with, which is a big deal for me, because I like to just play with my knives. And, oh hey Ada. Ada's just walked into the shed. Come here, girl. Let's have a look. Oh, come here, Ada. Ada, come back. Ada. Ada. Ada, come on. Ada. 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 Cedric. Cedric, come on. Where's Cedric? Cedric, come on. Come on, boy. Where's Cedric? Oh, jeez. Stupid mood. Come here, girl. Where's my dog, hey? Where's my dog? Oh, there he is. There he is. Hey. There's my good boy. Hey, you sit down there. You be on my camera. Oh, you talk so. Jeez, they're nuts. So, I'm neutral on the triad lock. I don't think locks need to be ultra strong, especially when they do hamper deployment. So this is a tougher to deploy knife. Feels very solid, but it is what it is. Not super stoked on that. but I don't dislike it. It's just, that's what some people like. I like a more fluid locking system. The other thing I'm not as fond of is the pocket clip and the really rough G10. It does make for a bit of a hard ask stuffing it in your pocket quick smart, so that's the only other thing. I really like the price, that's another thing I like. Forgot to mention, $150 for one of these from AussieKnives.com. Maybe a couple of bucks more, but really good deal, especially when you think of other sort of super steely blades and G10 handle knives, generally about 200 to 250 or even above, so really good. Fit and finish was excellent from the box, and it cuts really well. It's got a sort of hollow grind there, so although it's a narrower blade, it doesn't really suffer from, I love this Benchmade, but it's not the best slicer in the world because it's quite a short little flat grind there. This one's got a sort of deeper hollow, so it actually cuts and slices really well. Very versatile little knife, and I'll just keep this video quick because there's a comparison video I've done which goes into it much more. But that is the Mini Recon 1 from Cold Steel in its current configuration, and I do really recommend it. So there we go. Thanks very much for watching, dudes. I'll see you in the next video.